This is the Beesotted Pride of West London podcast, and I'm coming to listen. I'm back. The bee is back. I've been away. I've been in Nice. I was in the south of France while you lot were where are you? Philadelphia, watching the Fulham do what they did. But now I'm back here in Atlanta, and I'm here in the bar with all loads of Brentford fans, and it is an absolute vibe in here today. Brentford fans from London, Brentford fans from wherever in England, Brentford fans from, I don't know, from Philadelphia, from all over the place are in this place here tonight, and it is really wicked. The players have left. I should have started recording a little bit earlier. We had Ben Me a little bit earlier. Also Nathan was here as well, and all sorts of characters. But they've had to go home to get their beauty sleep because there's a big game tomorrow as we play the Brighton in that wicked stadium, which is just literally 5 minutes walk from the bar we're in here today. At this moment in time, Brentford fans are feeling very, very happy. They're feeling very, very lively. And listen, I'm just going to go around and I'm just going to get some vibes from people. Listen, what's your name?
Rush.
Russ, where are you from?
London.
Listen, and tell you something. What brings you here? I'm going to ask you, what brings you here?
Just the love of the game. Simple as that, you know.
So, listen, were you in Philly?
No, I wasn't. Unfortunately not.
Oh, loyal.
No, I wasn't.
Why? Why not?
So I'm here for my cousin. He's a big United. He's an Atlanta FC fan.
So your cousin is from Atlanta. So you come to see your cousin. So this is your first game.
Exactly.
Right, but you saw the game on TV against
yes.
Fulham.
Yeah,
what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good game. I think we can obviously it's first game after pre-season, so we'll see how it goes.
You're making excuses. Come on.
Yeah,
that's what you really think. You were talking about Flecken earlier.
Room for improvement. Room for improvement. Flecken,
only
bit
one
sketch,
game.
but one game only. I get that. So we'll see what happens. He'll probably start again tomorrow, so it'll be interesting. So it'll be good to see. But he's got, from what I saw, good distribution from his feet. So it'll be good.
And the Atlanta vibe, tell me, your cousin's there, so he's obviously giving you the 1, 2, 3. What's going down?
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Just chilling, going out. Literally drinking 24/7, so it's good.
And in here tonight, loads of Brentford fans here today, Brentford players, directors, all sorts of characters, Marcus Gale, Gary Blissett. What your thoughts?
Well, it's fantastic. So having those guys come out, obviously this is the first kind of thing that we've done for a long time. So yeah, it's good.
Good. It's good. Listen, I'm going to go around the houses. Listen. Sorry about this. I'm going to interrupt here. Pretty, Brentford director in the house here. How you doing?
I'm doing super well, Billy.
Listen. Tell me something. Right. You've been out here. You in Philly? Were you in Philly?
I was in Philly.
Tell me about it.
I was amazing. It was hot. It was very hot. I think my highlight was the fan meetup, which was just extraordinary to meet all these brilliant fans who came from super far away. We had people from LA, people from Toronto, people from Nashville, and they had all these stories. They had thousands of wonderful stories, and it was amazing.
Listen, and just give it. Listen, I'm not going to ask you, but obviously, like I said to you, you're one of the Brentford directors. You're on the board. You're one of the diversity directors on the board there as well, which you've looked to change things. Listen, we're not going to get involved in that deepness because this is all more about football. And I'm not saying that's not about football. I'm just saying to you, but what is the thing that's really kind of not impressed you, but made you really happy about coming over to America?
I think how welcoming everyone has been. I was saying earlier, it's not often a club in the Premier League can take their players, their CEO, their chairman into a bar and just everyone gets on and nobody is very pushy and everyone is respectful and has a chat. And we've experienced so much hospitality and passion and inclusiveness since we've been here. We've been to multiple bars with our players in this country and everyone has just wanted to accept us and be part of it. And also they don't call us Brentwood very often, which is helpful.
If they want to call us Brentwood, they can do. But to be honest, most people over here have probably never heard of Brentwood, never mind Brentford. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So there's probably a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got an American in the house, haven't we?
Yes, we do.
Where are you from?
I'm from California.
Listen,
Southern California.
Listen, California and Atlanta are about 3,000 million miles apart. What the hell are you doing here?
For Brentford, go Bees.
Yeah, but forget the Go Bees, man. What are you doing here?
I'm here because this club has just really drawn me into its community aspect and just that you're part. What
about the football?
The football is awesome. Brentford's fun to watch. Yeah.
Okay, so listen, you love Brentford, fun to watch. When did you start supporting them?
Oh, only this last season, really. Pretty recent.
No, okay, so listen, these are the questions that we want to know. Why did you start supporting Brentford? Because I want to know, why didn't you start supporting Fulham or Man City or Aston Villa or Arsenal? Why Brentford?
Yeah, okay, so when I watched matches every week, I kept finding Brentford excited me. And I actually started feeling an emotional pull to support them and wanting them to win. And just the way they played as a team. There was a camaraderie amongst them that drew me and my wife in.
And where do you watch it? Do you watch it at home? Do you go to bar?
Oh, yeah. I wish we had a bar to watch it at, but we don't have any fans around us. So it's me and my wife on our couch
so
at
home.
home.
Call out. Where are you? San Diego? Where do you live?
No, closer to LA.
You're LA?
Yeah, so...
Listen, I'm sure there's some LABs out there that would get together with you.
We've met.
Well, okay, so we're like 2 hours out of LA, but yeah, it's close.
You can be the founders of the
founder. Just be the founders. You want to be the founder? Listen, you want to be the founder?
We'll work on it. We're working on it.
No pressure. No pressure. Listen, we got more bees in the house there. Listen, bees.
Hello, Bill.
Yeah, right. How you doing?
All right, mate. Not too
You're
bad,
not. You're not from LA, are you?
No, I'm from
Where you
Eastbourne. Eastbourne.
Eastbourne.
Yeah.
So not East New York.
No, Eastbourne, mate.
right.
No, not many miles from
How
Brighton.
long you been here?
We arrived on Saturday.
How was it for you?
Yeah, fantastic. A bit warm. The weather's been warm. Beautiful day, so lovely little city. We've been around, done a few things.
Right, I'm going to ask you a question. You were at the... I can't say the...
Fulham.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you were at the Fulham game?
No,
yeah.
mate, no.
Right. You didn't go?
No, we only flew out here for this one game. We came out on Saturday just for the one game. I'm going back Friday. Mark's off to South Colorado on Friday as well.
So you're from hardcore. So you just came out here
For one game, mate.
for one game.
Yeah.
Listen, people out there. Listen. Everyone's thinking, oh no, but some people out here thinking we don't care. We will fly 3 million miles for one game and go back home again.
Yeah, we had a terrible journey coming out, and I'm going to.
Why was it terrible?
Well, they took us off the original flight and put us, so we had to come via Dallas. So it was another hour and a half on the flight, and then we had to fly from Dallas to
Somewhere else.
to Atlanta. And then,
It's all over the place. But you're still here.
So yeah.
How many loyalty bonus points have you earned?
Mate, I've no idea. Well, I think we came out American Airlines, but we won't mention about the service. Not good.
Don't forget to call into the club to make sure that you put them onto your tax system. Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're good.
100%.
Right, I'm going to go around. Listen, just get a quickie. Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Not Norfolk, Virginia, Norfolk, UK.
Oh, okay. And why are you here?
Well, to watch the super buzzy bees. Why else would you be here?
But you've not seen them yet, have you?
No, I haven't seen them yet. No.
Are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Of course, yeah. It's been great though, Billy. We've had a wonderful time. Everyone's been so welcoming. The guy, when they heard that we're Brentford fans, they've all been saying, "Oh, Brentford, what a wonderful team." It's been great to see the Americans who are Brentford fans as well.
It's interesting, just to tell you a little story as well. Oh no, well, we're just watching Miami playing Atlanta here. We've got the Atlanta Bee here, Katie. She's not happy as well. Miami, if you don't know anything about MLS, Miami are absolutely rubbish. But they're smashing Atlanta. It's only a friendly, but they're still smashing Atlanta now. They've got Messi signed to them. Wow, it's on the big screen here today as well. But anyway, we'll go back to that as well. So anyway, just talking about that. So for me, I mean, I didn't go to the first game because I was in Nice with my family. Went out there, took my daughter to see a gig, saw to see the weekend in the stadium where Iceland beat England. So I managed to get rid of many skeletons.
Absolutely.
Actually, I've got rid of many skeletons watching that because I had a really good time. I came down here today, and like I said to you, I was going to tell you a story, and I completely forgot what the story is.
I'll tell you a story, Billy, instead. Shall I tell you why I'm here?
I'll tell you what the story is. So anyway, I went on a mad one going from Nice back to London to I've got Heathrow to New York. Then I realised that New York, my flight was at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I landed at New York at 11 o'clock at night. So I ended up finding a bar in Brooklyn, stayed up all night in Brooklyn, talking to all the bar people in Brooklyn and all the punters in there, had a great time. The bar closed at 5 in the morning, so I left about 20 to 5, got a cab to LaGuardia, and I walked into LaGuardia and there's this massive queue for immigration. I thought, oh no, I'm not going to get my flight. And I was there wearing my Brentford shirt, And the guy in immigration or there went, Brentford? I went, yeah. He goes, oh, I was at the game in Philly. I love Brentford now. I think they're great. Come on. And he fast-tracked me through, and I was in about 30 seconds. So that's the power of the bee. Of the bee.
Excellent. I'm here. I had to do a little bit of, what can I say? A little bit of...
Skullduggery?
No.
Jiggery-pokery?
Oh, obviously.
Yes.
It was more sort of just trying to come up with a solution.
Yes.
So my wife is South Carolina.
Yes.
I said to her, you haven't seen your mum in quite some time. I think it would be a good idea if you went to see her. Yes. She said, yeah. Oh, great. I said, yeah.
Yes.
While you go over there, I think I might just pop over to Atlanta.
Of course.
Oh, okay. So come over to Atlanta, see the bees. You have to a little bit of give and take. So I'm going over there to see the family. Everybody's happy.
Everyone's happy. So this is it. This is the thing. You've got to be creative. If you want to see Brentford play away and home, sometimes you have to be creative. A lot of people say to you, how do you get away with it? It's all about creativity, isn't it? Listen, nice one, boys. Right, I'm going to go and try and find more characters in the house. Let me see who else is here. Who else is here in the house? Listen, let me tell you something. We're going to check to listen. Sorry, we're going to talk to Katie. Katie, the Atlanta Bee. She's not happy now at the moment now because we can see that Miami are walking off 3-0 against Atlanta. If she's not watching the Bees on a Saturday, she's beating the drum and she's in the Ultras end of Atlanta United and the stadium that we're going to be tomorrow, where I've heard the roof is going to be closed, so it's going to be a good vibes. Katie, you're really happy, aren't you?
It is mind-blowing that you all are here in my backyard. Last time I was talking to you, we were in Brentford, we were in London. Actually, we were in Chelsea last time I was talking to you. So the fact that you all are here, you have the whole crew. We have other USBs. It is insane that this is happening with Brentford.
It is. And the thing is that, again, I mean, I met you, we met through the Beesotted podcast. Don't forget, prideofwest.london. Check it out. Subscribe to us. You know what I'm saying? All you Americans out there, you might know, just subscribe to us and all that lot. And I met you a couple of years ago, and you came down for the Southampton game last season, which you enjoyed, got you a couple of tickets for that. You were in the West Stand, and you loved that, which is all good. But then you came back again, and this is the whole thing. Is that you not only got people, Americans, watching the game on the TV, you've got people coming over, you've come to the Globe before the game, after the game, you literally stayed 2 minutes down the road from Brentford, you know, you've fully ensconced yourself in the whole Brentfordness of the Brentfordness, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So if you are an American, you know anything about Atlanta sports, you know that we are used to disappointment, we're used to being there, almost there, and then we fuck it up. Apparently, from what I understand, that's the Brentford way. That's why I first adhered. I was like, yeah, that's my thing. I can get with those folks. And you all have embraced me. You have brought me in as part of your family, and I am grateful. And now that you're here in my backyard, I'm going to do the same thing. And so we're here. We're going to show you a good time. This is Mercedes-Benz. Like, your minds are about to be blown with what's going on here.
So just tell me something. So you're one of the Atlanta crew. You're behind the goal. You make all the noise. I mean, they've got this ultra mentality in the MLS that, to be honest with you, we don't really have. We have got fans who sing and we turn up at games, but we don't do the European ultra thing. But in America, it's a very big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination from, like, I was talking to Barney from Norway. They do this where he's from, and then it's very South American. We have the South American flow, the South American drum beats, we have the chants, we have the drums, we have trombones, saxophones, we have trumpets, and we are blaring the whole time, and you're like, oh, we don't need that, we do our chants. Hey, guess what? We get 50,000 average per game. We have a full stadium that sits 75,000. And so it's like, no, we are keeping people going. We got smoke, we got fire, we got flares. It is a different game here. I know that we got our Premier League games here going on. If anyone is here when we got MLS, we got Atlanta United playing at home, it is a different situation. We are throwing beers. We are taking shirts off. It is a party. Y'all say go potty? No, this is potty. Y'all don't know the potty unless you come here.
So listen, talking about party, there wasn't a party at the end of the Fulham game because we lost against them, but it was only a friendly. Talk to me about that game, just quickly.
It was a really good game. It was a good match. I like the spice, right? At the end, who was that? Was Zonka that pushed somebody on the sideline? That was amazing. Please do that all the time. But it was an exciting game. It was a fun game. I feel like the stadium was not full because it was probably a doubleheader. But I feel like this situation, Brentford is going to see a full stadium. We're going to see probably 50,000 to 70,000 plus there for this Brentford match in Atlanta.
I'm looking forward to it. And as you know, we talk a lot, or like we talk like loads, and you know, we got a little bit of rivalry beef, the Charlotte-Atlanta thing going on. But I've always wanted to come to your stadium down here with its closed roof, with the vibes that it's got, with your, well, I mean, I don't think your people will be there today, but I want to catch the vibe behind there. So it's going to be really interesting tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte, we wanted to be a rivalry, but y'all kicked our ass. Rivalry. It's not a rivalry. Not a rivalry anymore.
No, we shall move on. We shall move on. But listen, Katie, the Atlanta Bee, and she also helped to put on these events down here as well, which Brentford fans are in here and having a really good time. Catch you later.
Thanks, Billy.
Listen, now this is now, there we go. We're here in Atlanta and we've got the Gowler. You all know the Gowler. You know the Gowler. The Gowler, man, he comes up, the stats and the facts, he comes at every game, he puts together some ridiculous statistical rundown of the previous game. So I'm standing up here and he comes up to me, he goes, I'm the Gowler. I'm like, no. And it's like these people that you've spoken to all year, but you've never met them, and all of a sudden, boom, they pop up right in your face. The Gowler, what's going down?
I'm just so excited to see Brentford in person tomorrow. I just came from the press conference today, saw Thomas.
Look at you.
Oh,
look at you. Look at you. Woo, press conference. Woo, woo. You're far too important. Do you actually want to talk on our podcast, or are we too lowbrow for you, the Gowler?
I would love to. Anytime.
So what do they say in the press conference? Anything that we need to know?
Well, Brentford was the last team to come, and there were not many questions for them. So I got to ask if they're trying to bring anybody.
So do you think that no one had any idea who they were? I mean, around you, just looking around and like going, where is Brentwood? Brentwood? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying because I'm not saying the best, but the Americans, you know, there's a bit of a kind of like, you've got the knowledge, but a lot of your compatriots have got no idea, do they?
I must say that a lot of the Americans there stayed, and a lot of the British people left.
Ooh! No, there you go. Some punches for you. So the British left, did they? Tell me.
Yeah, they did. Brentford was the last team to go, and so not many people stayed around for it. But got to ask Thomas some questions. Just preparation for the upcoming season, and you know what new tactics they're going to try out, any details that they're kind of working on. And then
did he answer any of them?
No. He didn't give too many details about it, but said he's working on the small things, working on winning second balls and things like that. And then I asked a little bit about any transfers coming in, if he feels there's any positions.
Who's vague as vague can be, yeah? Yeah, there should be or there may be, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's great.
Well, I asked if he wanted to strengthen any different positions, so I wasn't even asking names, and all he said was, no, I like the squad that we have, and hey, I agree with that.
Oh, okay. So listen, the Gowler, I mean, listen, you've been very instrumental on the Beesotted this year in giving us a breakdown. It's interesting because you notice that a lot of people go, what are you doing? You mustn't be telling other people our tactics. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking the piss, I'm just sort of like I was just doing a high-pitched voice there, you know what I'm saying? But people are sort of saying that, but at the end of the day, if any football club is worth its weight in gold, they should be knowing the things that you're talking about. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think I'm saying anything that they don't already know.
I mean, and talk to me a bit when you analyse the games, because the thing about a lot of people say, oh, this stat shit, it's rubbish and nonsense, we haven't scored any goals, but just tell me what you're looking at when you're analysing the games and the different things that you're looking at.
Yeah, so I'm just breaking down the plays, of what we're doing, not only in possession, but then out of possession as well. And then I'm going to be looking at the stats after the game to see, okay, hey, Jensen had how many block passes, and that kind of talks about his pressing and how important he is. And a lot of people aren't going to realize how important a player Jensen is. And I've seen him get a lot of hate in the past, and he's one of the best players on the team.
So interesting you say that. So give me your thoughts on the 3 best players in Brentford. Right, and going across the board, I'm saying, because it's difficult, because sometimes as a defender it's harder to give that stat than it may be for a forward.
Yeah, I mean, off the bat, you got to go with Ivan Toney, obviously. It's hard kind of choosing between Jensen, Norgard for the midfield. I think without Jensen, we're just such a different team. And also of just the long throw-ins of how important that is. And, when Pinnock's taking long throw-ins, if Jensen gets subbed out, Pinnock's not in the box, right? And that's such an important piece as well. And on the defense, you got Rico, Henry, and Pinnock. And Ben Mee has been such a great signing as well. So, yeah, it's hard to narrow it down to 3 people.
So name them. Name all 3 of them. Straight. Go.
All right. Tony.
Jensen.
And
go on. Come on. The Gowler. Come on. I'm putting you down on the spot.
I can't pick Raya, so I'll have to go Pinnock.
There you go. 3 most important players in the Brentford team. I'm saying the 3 big ones. If they're gone, we're finished, aren't we?
I didn't say that.
Listen, I'm going to move on. Listen, we got characters in the house. Hold on a second. Listen, we got the Nashville Bee. And the Nashville Bee is because it's called the Nashville Bee because he's come from Nashville. But however, he doesn't actually come from Nashville. He lives in Nashville. He used to live somewhere else before. But however, all you lot thinking, all these American Brentford fans, they just turned up in the last year and they just support the Bees. But no, this person saw Brentford the first time, Bournemouth away in, 1994 in the FA Cup, or was it 95 or 96 in the FA Cup run that we had when we all went on to be played Norwich and then we played Charlton in the Cup run. Yes, you were there in Bournemouth when we beat them. I think it was 1-0 away at Bournemouth, the Nashville Bee, weren't you?
It's all a bit of a blur, Billy, but...
yeah, there was a blur that day because we were all over the place, weren't we?
Yeah. I remember cheese was a big part of that game.
That's right.
That cheese.
Why was the cheese a part of that game? Tell me.
I remember that the bar that we went to.
It was a terrible bar, wasn't it? It was a terrible pub. It was a pub.
Pub in Bournemouth, and the restaurant was closed, and they bought us some cheese. They said we could bring cheese plates out.
But there's nothing else, just cheese.
Yeah, and the whole bar started chanting, cheese, cheese, cheese.
So we got the cheese, and then we won the game.
We won the match.
Then after that, we decided to turn cheese into a thing. And then all of a sudden, after the next few games, we encouraged through Beesotted, which at that time was a fanzine. So it was a paper fanzine. We said to people, bring cheese to the game. So the following cup game, everyone bought cheese, and then when we went to Norwich, more people bought cheese, and then we had cheese hacks, and there was all sorts of cheese, and then cheese became a massive thing. You watched that from afar, though, didn't you?
Yeah, it was back in America. I had no idea that was the beginning of the cheese revolution.
Yes, that's right. And another thing. And then there's the boat that we did to Charlton, which you could probably find on YouTube. Just Brentford cheese boat, and we did a boat to Charlton. And there was all sorts of cheese involved, and there was pirates and everything like that. The boat got cancelled, but it's quite funny. If you just Google Brentford cheese on there, it is very, very funny indeed. So yeah, but listen, since then, and that was like 20, 25, 30 years ago, you've still been into the Bees, regardless of the cheese.
Oh, absolutely. It's been hard to follow from afar. Once they got in the championship, we were able to see a lot of matches. And then Premiership, we've been able to see all the matches, and it's just been a brilliant ride to see them rise from where they were to where they are now, and the last couple games have been just brilliant. Philadelphia, amazing.
So you went to Philadelphia as well?
Yeah, Philadelphia was amazing. The support was just amazing, and here in Atlanta, I'm expecting the same. And come on, you Bees.
And the interesting thing as well is also, listen, you saw the Bees with the cheese then, but then what you've done is what we all do. We indoctrinate our children. And before you know it, our children become Brentford fans as well. And this is your boy here, who's now He's lived and breathed. He's born in America. He's how old are you?
14.
Ben's 14 years old. 14 years old. So he's not done anything. But listen, you're a B through and through, aren't you?
Yes.
And tell me. I mean, just tell me about it. Why are you a Brentford fan?
Because my dad he's been a fan for like 30 years. All of my friends at school are like supporting the Big Six teams, and I'm like the only one that supports a team that's not huge.
So I'm going to ask you a question. Did you support Brentford when they were in the Championship?
For like the last season in the Championship, I did.
Is that because you were quite young?
Yeah, I didn't really like football back then.
So was it your dad? Did he force you?
No, I chose that.
You didn't? No, come on, look. You and me, we could chat there. Did he force you?
No. It's kind of boring. It's boring being a team that's always winning. It's a lot better supporting a team that's a lot smaller, and it's more of a community than like a team like Liverpool. All of their fans are tourists. They're not real fans.
So you also heard the song. You're just a club full of tourists as well. And I'm not saying that because I'm not disrespecting Liverpool, because we like Liverpool and their fans, but we do sing that when we go there because they do have a lot of tourists, and they even admit that themselves. But the interesting thing is that you live in Nashville, and even you singing you're just a club full of tourists as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to argue something here. Will I argue that you are a tourist, though? Are you a tourist?
No, because I'm a kind of, but it's not really like that. I don't know.
Why is it? Are you a tourist? Are you a tourist? No, are you a tourist?
A Brentford tourist.
Eh?
A Brentford tourist.
I'm just wondering, are you?
No, not at all.
Why? Why not?
No, it's in our blood.
That's right. That's what we were. Listen, I was just trying it out. This is what we wanted to hear. This is what we wanted to hear. Tallahassee B in the house. Tallahassee B.
Yeah. So
anyway, let's go. Listen, you saw Brentford beat Tottenham. You saw Brentford beat Man City. There's nothing else to say. He came over, a month and a half ago, and you saw two big games. And listen, there's nothing else to say.
Yeah. So it's been a brilliant summer. To start the summer with that, and then to come here to hang out with Ben Mee, and Nathan Collins, and all the Brentford fans, and honestly, it's been brilliant. A 5-hour drive. The wife dropped me off because we didn't get up here till about 6 o'clock, and this is when this event started, and she was like, "Yeah, let me just go ahead and drop you off because I know you want to get to the Brentford fans," and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." So she dropped me off here. I've been here, got to meet Ben Mee, got to see Nathan Collins, got to see all the Brentford fans, and just the stories of all the fans and how they got gravitated towards Brentford. And I'm here with the Nashville Bee, who is actually my university roommate from 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Yeah. Let's not talk about the years. And we're good friends with Adrian, who's actually a QPR fan.
Oh no.
Yeah. QPR fan. And honestly, we told Adrian. We said, "I'm sorry, Adrian. We don't see QPR in the Premier League standings. You must be mistaken." I'm not sure exactly where QPR is, but. So anyway, we're just here hanging out with all the Brentford fans, no QPR fans to be found, and it's all good. We're having a great time with Ben Mee, and
he's gone. Ben Mee's actually gone.
Yeah,
so you're not having a great time with him at all.
Oh well,
you're lying.
We're still having great fun, even though Ben Mee is gone. Yeah, we're having great fun with all the Brentford fans.
UBs.
UBs.
Yes, more bees in the house. International bees in the house. And listen, just give me. Are you Atlanta B? You're Atlanta B, or which B are you?
I am an Atlanta B, but I'm a long-time B because of my dad.
Give us the story. The story is important.
Okay. So my dad, when he was about 15 years old, in 1947, very important year for the club, not because of my dad, but because it was the last season that they were in the top flight. That summer of 47, he went into Brentford, tried out for the youth team, made it, was a perennial starter with their youth team, worked up the ranks, got into the reserve team, started with the reserves, And actually, the Bees offered him his first professional contract when he was 18 years old. But at the time, there was that very rigid wage scale when you're starting out in the game, and my grandparents were actually quite poor. So my grandfather said, "Congratulations, son, but what are you going to live off of?" So he turned down the offer from Brentford to be professional. He remained amateur, played a bunch of times for the reserves as well, and he got paid, cash under the table, appearance money, the team wins, so on and so forth. And then he did his military service with the Royal Air Force, and he was stationed in Germany. But my dad, from 1947 to 1950, when he joined the RAF, he was at Brentford. And when I spoke to him about an hour after we beat Swansea in the playoff final 3 years ago, he was stunned, he was shocked, he was numb. Obviously, he couldn't believe it. And then he says, I never thought I would see Brentford in the Premier League in my lifetime. And that's just a moment that's always stuck with me, going all the way back to my dad being, as a kid, playing at Brentford, going up through the reserves, turning down the professional contract because of the finances, and then him seeing the club do so well and get into the Premier League. It hits you here,
So listen, I mean, you're part of the Atlanta Bees posse.
Yeah.
You're trying to grow this posse here as well. I mean, obviously, Katie, Martin, big star,
Absolute
big friend of the podcast as well. She's a proper rock star as well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, tell me, Atlanta, you also go to Atlanta United. So what is the difference between Bees and United?
That's a great question. So I've been an Atlanta United season ticket holder since 3 years before we kicked the ball in a match. As soon as we got the franchise, I'm season ticket holder like 2,800 something. And no one ever thought that football, soccer was going to be successful in the Southeast, because this is college football, baseball, soccer was just not going to happen. And then for our first ever match for Atlanta United, 55,000 of us turned up at Georgia Tech Stadium, and we just proved everybody wrong as far as that was concerned. And Brentford has taken a bit longer, because obviously for a long, long time here in the U.S., you were limited to just watching the odd Premier League match, and Brentford were never on television. So
because we weren't in the Premier League.
Exactly. No Brentford supporters, unless you went way back and you had some kind of a connection to the club, like you have, like I have, etc., through my dad. And so that's really I think the biggest difference is a lot of people here in Atlanta were able to get on the ground floor with Atlanta United, being a season ticket holder from the very start, as opposed to becoming a Brentford supporter. But just to see the turnout tonight has been absolutely magnificent. And then I've said thank you so many times to you guys, to the club, to the legends, Blissett and Gale, and to the players that we had tonight. Everybody has been so genuine and just so wonderful and friendly, legitimately wanting to connect with this community, connect with the supporters. And like Marcus was telling me early on, other Premier League clubs, they can't quite duplicate it, because this is what Brentford has always been, even before the Premier League, going down to the third tier. This is just what the club culture, the ethos is, and it always is. And this is incredibly special.
And interesting you say that as well. And again, I'm saying this not slightly hearsay, but we've heard that obviously Newcastle are in town here,
right.
Chelsea are in town here,
right.
And what we've heard is that the Chelsea had a meet and greet, which was an absolute failure.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
And what did you hear?
Well, so from the Chelsea standpoint, I spoke to a couple of Chelsea lads I'm friends with through our Atlanta United connections, through the supporters groups and the like. And especially for the meet and greet, just didn't really work out all that well. And then for the Brentford,
it's out, and also it's like far away,
Correct.
And they just didn't get the vibe and everything like that. And we met some Newcastle fans as well in the pub, and this just seems to be a very different thing. And maybe it's just because it's new for us, and they've been doing it a few times, and I don't know. And also the other thing is, to be fair to them, they've been doing the open training sessions, which we've not had.
Correct.
And they've been doing other things that we've not had. But what we have done, because it's our first time, is that we've just literally opened the bar up. People have turned up, and we've just I've met a load of American fans that I've never met before, and they've met us, and it's been a really, really nice vibe. And it's almost like you don't need to do too much.
You don't.
And it's like sometimes they want to try and do too much.
You don't. Exactly. I think what I heard just from two friends of mine that are Chelsea supporters before our event started today, they said that actually for tomorrow, for the pregame, their meetup for the supporters, it was originally going to be here, where we are now at Wild Leap, and that got shut down. And apparently it's going to be where the Chelsea supporters of Atlanta watch all the matches, which is in Fado up in Buckhead.
Miles away.
Miles away. Brilliant pub. Love it. That's where I go watch Brentford play before the Premier League. Great pub, lovely people. But you're 11 miles away north. You're dealing with rush hour traffic for tomorrow. Anybody that's at that meet and greet, that supporters connection before the matches tomorrow, it's going to take you an hour to get down here downtown.
So basically you're saying Brentford are on the money.
Oh, Brentford have actually killed it. This has been brilliant. Brentford have been spot on the entire time.
I mean, we're like literally 3 minutes from the stadium here, aren't we?
3 minutes from the stadium. And then tomorrow, tomorrow we might be 3.5 to 4 minutes from the stadium. It might be one extra minute.
Yes.
Because we're going to be at Park Bar.
Yes.
But I just like to...
Hold a second. Anyone who's listening, Park Bar tomorrow, which is literally just by the Olympic Park, by the Olympic... Centennial Park, just where the Olympic rings are. We had our photographs taken there today, just by the Eye, the London Eye, but it's the Atlanta Eye, just by there. Go there if you're listening to this one tomorrow. Get there at 11 o'clock and go there and have a good drink. And if you're not there in London, you just sit at home and have a drink and pretend that you're here.
Billy's absolutely right. Brentford... Everybody involved with this have been brilliant, and what's been incredible to me, as someone who's been a longtime Brentford supporter, I still don't understand how I'm going to watch our Bees play here in Atlanta and the stadium that I've been going to watch Atlanta United play for 7 years. And then this gets...
So it's emotional. It's emotional for you.
It's incredibly emotional. Just to be able to have a chat for about 10 minutes with a legend like Marcus Gale, with Gary Blissett. We had Ben Mee and Nathan Collins today. Me. I mean, we were just talking about defending and playing football. I mean, for a moment, I asked Nathan Collins to take a photo of Ben Mee and I, and he had my phone for about 10 minutes. It was hilarious. They were all been so open.
He didn't steal it, did he?
No, he didn't steal it. No.
I mean,
that's good.
That's good.
No, he's a proper gentleman.
That's good.
Proper gentleman.
No, I was just checking.
And then all the Brentford staff as well. We met two really great lads with the staff, Josh and Ted as well. Everybody who's organized this, Megan and Alan, have been brilliant. It's everybody involved with the club. This has been above and beyond any of our expectations. And I think I've said thank you just to Billy probably 15 times tonight. I probably said thank you about 100 times in the last 4 or 5 hours, because I can't possibly show my appreciation for what the club have done, what you UK supporters have done, what the podcast guys have done, the legends, the players. It's more than a dream come true. UBs!
So we're here. Listen, still bar. Different bar this time, actually. We're in a Park Bar, which is we're going to be on the game day. Bees fans in here. Going to be, quite a few Bees fans in here, but we come in here before just to have a little bit of a see out of the night, and I've come into touch with a couple of Brighton fan in the house, but you live in Atlanta, is that right?
No, I live in South Carolina, which is about 180 miles east.
And what are you doing here?
What's that?
What are you doing here?
Oh, working, living, family, kids.
You going to the game tomorrow?
Yep, absolutely. Can't wait.
I've heard that you've played a pretty penny for your tickets for tomorrow. Is that right?
I don't know that it's too much, but it was very expensive.
How much?
$1,000 a ticket.
$1,000 a ticket to see Brentford versus Brighton.
That's
and
right.
you got them on day one.
Day one.
I mean, not being funny. I don't know what kind of world you've been in, but like in England, if it's anything over £30, we're on strike. The fans are on strike. We're not having it. But you're happy to pay $1,000?
I'm happy that I got the tickets. I would have liked to have paid a lot less.
Yeah, but you seem to be happy. You talked to me, you were delighted.
I'm happy to be here. Happy to come and see Brighton after 20 years.
And you've obviously not seen Brighton at all for 20 years, so you split over the 20 years, you probably think it's like about, I don't know, 20, £50 a year or something like that, yeah?
I think that I just bought plane tickets and essentially gone to see a couple of games while I was in Brighton for the same price.
So listen, I mean, Brighton, you watched the first game, obviously on the TV.
Yeah.
So what are you saying about Brighton?
I'm saying Brighton apparently know how to score goals. Interesting thing's going to be their defence next year. You know, what are they going to do? Who knows? It'd be nice to see Colwell back in Brighton doing his thing, but who knows what that middle of the defence looks like.
And you coming back here, I mean, listen, you live in South Carolina, so what is the soccer scene, the soccer scene? I mean, how do you live? Because you said you haven't seen Brighton for 20 years, so you know you haven't been back to see them. You haven't voted. And I'm not being negative, but are you a real? Because some real Brighton, I know Brighton fans who live here, but they fly over and see them every year. But you've not seen them for 20 years, so. But you've got the tattoo, you've got the hat. Are you a real Brighton fan?
Haven't been back to see my family in the same amount of time.
Why? There must be some sort of immigration issue.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's an immigration issue. Family, work, you know, it all gets a bit. You know?
If you've got a Brighton tattoo, you listen. At one time in 20 years, you must want to go back and see them play. You know, they got promoted like 7 years ago, and you should have been. I thought you would have been there.
Heartbreak 8 years ago, losing to Derby, not making the Premiership.
But you didn't go.
Struggling to watch them while they're playing in the Championship. Yeah, it was.
But it was easier then because you can get iFollow. So you could have actually got iFollow with a little bit of and you could have watched it for like £2 a game or something.
Probably.
But you didn't do it.
We live and learn.
So listen. I'm not doing a Paxman on you, but I'm just interested in the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're a Brighton fan.
It ain't new.
You got the tattoo.
There's not.
You're living in South Carolina, which is not down the road. It's like, you know, you have to drive down here to come here to see him play. So I'm just trying to get your American vibe on your team.
My American vibe is I had to work very hard to get here today. Hasn't always been easy. I work a lot of hours, and you know what? I finally said I'm to where I can go down the road if I want to, pay for a hotel, stay out of town, go and watch my team, and hopefully we get a win tomorrow.
And you obviously didn't go up to the Brighton's first game up in Philadelphia, just the first game here. Are you looking forward to having a little bit of a get-together with your Brighton fan posse tomorrow?
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it. Stateside, managed to make a meet and greet tomorrow happen, and looking forward to it. Bumped into a couple of lads from Brighton that we went to school, Cardinal Newman, way back when, and yeah, it was good to see a Premiership team that's only fairly recently had some success. Looking forward to watching them in Europe. Looking forward to see what they can do. It's going to be interesting.
UBs.
I can't do it, mate.
So still here. Listen, end of the evening. We're in the boozer. We got characters. Listen, we're doing it. Brilliant night tonight. Again, we've got the Atlanta Bees. We've had the characters. We've had all sorts of. We've got the Portland Bee. Portland Bees. Say hello.
Yes, I'm here. My name's Jose Castillo.
And you love the Bees.
I love the Bees with all my heart.
And you've seen them. You saw them play in wherever.
Yeah, I saw them play in Philly, and I flew all the way over, 6.5-hour flights, then a 20-hour train ride down with the lads, and now we're.
Yeah, you got the train down as well. So there's a Portland Bee. Listen, there's bees all over the place. But listen, we should finish up though. You got characters as well, and talk about this train. The train was mad, wasn't it?
The train was incredible. Train from Philadelphia to Atlanta was incredible. You know, I mentioned it in the podcast.
But you didn't know about it before.
No, we knew it was going to be long,
but you now know.
We didn't realise it was going to be so long. It was a long way. It was
a long ting.
But we had a really good time on it. To be honest with you, it was just all. If we're talking about the travelogue. We're talking about, it was about Americana. We looked out the window.
Any Bees fans on the train?
No, there was no one of any Brentford interest.
Any football fans at all?
No.
No interest?
No, none whatsoever. And we watched like little Hicksvilles and townships, and it was an incredible. It was what we expected. You know, it was like a long journey, looking out the window, looking at American.
How many hours?
21 in the end.
21 hours on the train from Philadelphia down to Atlanta, and you got here in the end, and and I flew in, and I was waiting for the characters to come in, and you came in. It was nice to see you.
Nice to see you. To see you, nice.
That's right, Bruce. See you. We love Bruce.
All right, my love.
Yes,
all right, my
lovely,
love.
Lovely.
But seriously, mate, we've had an incredible time, and we found that there's a lot of Brentford fans who are American, and they love our club as much as we do, which is a bit odd for us. It's really difficult.
Some of them love Brentford more than they love guns.
Some of them love Brentford more than they love you.
Yeah, and for us, this is great. And for me, like I said to you, meeting so many American fans, and like we're not on the gushing tip. Like I said to you, the embracement, as we said, has been wicked. The fans coming over here, it's been wicked, and it's really good. And hopefully you can come over. If you want to come over, make sure you come to the Globe. Check us out at the Globe. And wicked, man. We come out here tomorrow, like I said to you, or Saturday. We're going to be in the Park Bar. We're playing Brighton. Park Bar, we'll be in the Park Bar as well. Listen, I know you were on the train as well, weren't you?
I was, yeah. It was an amazing trip. I've been here for nearly a week. It's been amazing.
I thought you said you'd been here about a month.
No, it felt like a month on the train, but no, I've been here since last Thursday. It's been amazing. Great to see all these people.
And Brentford, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're trying to get ourselves together for the season. Have you seen anything when you saw the game up in Fulham, or
no? It's just like getting fit. I think more than anything. Yeah, it's not just getting fit.
Any players that impress you? Any players that impress you?
We're going to need a striker. I would like to have seen Shard. I thought he would have come on, but he didn't. Who was the guy who came on, the substitute? I thought he was quite good, the new guy. Yarmolenko, I thought he was all right.
He's been there for about a year, hasn't he?
Well, right, he came on, sorry. I thought he was good, yeah, I thought he was all right.
Listen, I'm just saying, for Brentford, I mean, what are you saying? Would you say you're up in Philly? You're on the train.
Philly's good. Philly's good.
Bees in Philly.
We started in New York, and it's a bit, New York is a bit New York, isn't it?
New York, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Philly is Philly's a bit Brentford. You know what I mean? Like you can have a bit of fun in Philly.
So no fun in New York, but
cheap
fun in
cheap fun. No one really cares. No one's that serious. You go to New York and people are very, very serious about themselves.
Yeah. So you're happy to get out of New York?
Ecstatic to get out of New York.
I agree with that.
You go to Philly, you get the citywide special, except in one bar it's only called the special because they invented it, where for $4 you get a beer, a PBR, and a shot of Jim Beam, and it's a cheap piss up. That's wonderful. People are nice but not excessively nice, whereas you go to New York and like people are excessively nice and over the top.
Yes.
Philly, there's like a
realness.
There's like an undercurrent of, yeah, if you push your luck, I'll try and murder you. It's fun. Like
you didn't get murdered.
Well, maybe I did, and this is hell.
Yes. Well, talk to me.
ATL.
Yes. Yes.
All my 20-hour train here. You never know.
So, just coming back to Brentford this season. What do you think?
I'm not even ready for the season, to be honest. Like, I realise it's coming to the end of July and the season's starting in about 2 weeks' time. It's been a very short summer because of the World Cup. Everything got pushed a little bit. I am actually not ready for the season at all. I don't think the club is ready I don't think anyone is. I'm surprised if anyone is ready for the season right now. The biggest transfer activity has just kicked off in the last week. There's like 3 or 4 transfers in the last day, like Zaha to Galatasaray, for example, has been in the last day. Elanga to Forest. About 20 other players to Saudi. Like, all the transfer activity is really picking up right now. It's very, very close to the season beginning. I don't think anyone's ready.
Listen, absolutely, no one's ready for the season. Laney, last words. You happy?
I'm really happy. Yeah, it's just an incredible experience. You know, you can sort of like just go. It's pre-season. You can go. It's whatever, but it is.
It's been laughing it. I've only been here for 12 hours.
No, but to see our team on this magnitude, and you don't really understand where we're at. It's actually quite huge, and you just got to embrace it for the moment.
Embrace it. This is the Beesotted Pride of West London podcast. I've got no idea how long this podcast has been. We've been going. This is the day before the match. Now we're going to be playing Brighton tomorrow at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, across the park from where we are now. We're in the Park Bar at the moment now. We were going to be in the Park Bar tomorrow. If anyone's listening to this who's in Atlanta at the moment now, come to the Park Bar. We'll be here. We'll have some jokes, as we say. We got the Jose, he's the Portland Bee. We got all the characters. We got the Nashville Bee. We got the Tallahassee Bee. We got the Atlanta Bee. We got all sorts of characters. We've also got London Bees here as well. So listen, this is. Don't forget to support us, and don't forget to write a review on iTunes, and also buy us a beer. Beesotted.com/beer. But other than that, like I said to you, we are in Atlanta. I cannot believe Brentford here in Atlanta. We've got the bees in the house, but I'm going to show you, because even though we're in Atlanta here, we've got the characters as we say. Come on, US! You know that. Shows you how many bees are in the house. How many bees in the house? Big time. You bees! US!